Thank you again for coming to check us out here today at New York Coturnix. It's been about a week since I made a video, and last time you saw me online, it was probably with Terry McGleish from Coturnix Corner. That video link is down below if you want to check that out. That was a pretty good video. Today what we're going to be doing is actually a quick video on cleaning some eggs, but before we even get into that, I want to make mention of the fact that we're doing a contest. I'm going to be giving away 10 pairs of Quail egg scissors to the first 10 of you that subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below on what you think the final hatch rate is. The first 10 people who get that correct will get a pair of Quail egg scissors delivered to them at no charge, courtesy of New York Coturnix. Let's get started. All right, so since I'm selling my eggs, I should probably follow USDA guidelines. I have some of these guidelines right here. I went ahead and printed out the whole article. So we have 590 by 15, which explains the egg cleaning operations. And you know, it's pretty detailed. It goes into account of what you should do and the procedures you should follow when you go ahead and do this. Now, one of those things is that an approved cleaning compound should be used with the wash water. And what I'm going to be using is this egg cleanser. You've probably seen this before. We're going to mix a couple of capfuls of this with a gallon of water. Now this water also is at least 90 degrees. I already temped it out a couple of minutes ago. It was a little bit over 100 degrees, and we're going to go ahead and get this stuff in here. I'm going to put 3 capfuls of the cleaning solution in here. I'm not going to let it soak like the directions say. Actually, I'm going to put a couple of more caps in here. 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm going to put 5 capfuls of that in there. I'm going to mix it in. And we're not going to let our eggs soak for the 15 minutes that this bottle says. We're going to do it a little bit differently. All right, so this is going to be my wash water. This is going to be my rinse water. And this is the sanitizing solution. This is 200 parts per million bleach to water, chlorine solution. Also, I'm going to be using this here brush. It's an old exfoliation brush. I'm going to be using it as an egg brush. So we also have a scale. I'm going to be weighing the eggs and packaging them up right here. I have the labels and the egg cartons. All right, so we're going to wash our eggs. Try to be as thorough as possible, get off any debris that is on them. And then we're going to drop it in there for a moment. And this exfoliation brush is really soft, so it won't damage the eggshell. And it also won't scratch up your fingers while you're doing this. And again, just make sure you have everything off of the surface of the egg. You want to make it nice and pretty. Feel around on the surface for any unevenness. When you look into the water where you dropped your eggs, keep in mind you don't want eggs that float. Those are not good for eating at all. Basically means too much air has gotten into them. You want your eggs to sink down to the bottom and just lay there. I'm only going to put a few in here at a time so I can take them out and get them sprayed in the solution and dried off. So it looks like we have 7 in here. I'm going to get those out. I'm going to put them over here. Let them start drying off. But before they get completely dry, I'm going to spray them with the sanitizing solution. And again, if you're going to be selling your eggs, or even giving them away to friends. It's always a good idea to make sure they're as clean as possible. You know, friends and family don't want dirty, poopy eggs, and retail outlets definitely don't want this type of stuff. So keep this in mind as you get your eggs ready for packaging. You're going to want to make them as clean as possible. So just roll the egg around in your hand as you scrub it off with the brush. Drop in the water. Rinse and repeat, literally. And we're going to go ahead and put these to the side. As you're cleaning your eggs, you also want to make sure that you feel around and examine for any cracks or imperfections. And you don't want to sell eggs that are cracked, of course. That can damage your reputation. All right, and the ones we have over here, again, we have the bleach solution right here. This is 200 parts per million. I put a tablespoon of chlorine bleach in here with some warm water, and this is what we're going to use to spray our eggs down. Just give them a light spray, turn them over, spray them again, and then we'll set them off to dry. And usually, ideally, I'm just showing you the process, but you'll want to do this once all the eggs are together. That way you can go ahead and have everything done at once. I'm trying to speed up the process right now, so I dumped the rest of this basket of eggs into the cleaning solution. I'm going to go ahead, scrub these off pretty quickly, get them into the rinse water, and then we're going to sanitize those as well. So this first set of eggs will be a little bit of a double sanitizing situation, but hey, that won't hurt anything. And as per what I was speaking about earlier, with watching your eggs, you want to make sure that all of these eggs float to the bottom. Here's an example of one that I caught floating around at the top, dropped it in there, bobbed right back up to the top. So we want to get rid of this suspect egg. We put it to the side. As a matter of fact, just to make sure I don't accidentally use it, I just cracked it a little bit. And let's continue over here. I'm gonna get the rest of these eggs all done as quickly as possible so we get this done while the water is still over 90 degrees. And the reason we're doing 90 degrees is because the rules state that you have to have wash water no cooler than 20 degrees warmer than, you know, your warmest egg. Your warmest egg, assuming they've been sitting there at room temperature, is going to be at or around 70 degrees. So you want at least 90-degree water in this situation. That'll do you. So we're down to the last 2 eggs in this group. I have another bowl right here that we're going to get done. Like I said, we're going to get all of these sanitized, rinsed off, sanitized, and packaged up. And again, this is just one of the methods that you can use, one of the wet methods that you can use, actually. Before I started selling my eggs, I was just wiping them off with a paper towel. The dry cleaning method works pretty well for, you know, my uses. I'm just making an omelet or a sandwich or whatever. But again, if you're going to be selling your eggs, you want to have them as clean as possible. You don't want to release any contaminants into the public. You should see this water right now. It's not the cleanest water, so that just goes to be proof of the fact that you need to get these things clean. I mean, this is an egg. You know where eggs come from, so keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to get everything cleaned up, rinsed off. I'm going to give all of the eggs one final sanitizing spray. Then we'll get everything packaged up once it dries off. All right, so we have all of our eggs cleaned, rinsed, And we're gonna give them, like I said, one final spray to sanitize. And we're gonna let them sit to dry off and package them up. Before we do that though, we're gonna weigh them, make sure we get eggs of similar weight in the same package. And we do that for consistency. So give it a minute, these will be dry. All right, so now while we're waiting for these eggs to dry, we might as well go ahead and label these cartons and get that going. I have 61 eggs over here, so these are dozen cartons. That equals out to 5 cartons and an egg for me. I'm gonna get that set up right now, so once these eggs are dry, they will be ready to package and put to the side in the refrigerator. And I also want to take this time to remind you guys, make sure you leave a like for the video and subscribe to the channel because we're running a contest. If you do both of those things, subscribe to the channel and like the video, leave a comment below with what you think the final hatch rate of my most recent hatch is, and the first 10 people who are correct on that will be receiving a free pair of quail egg scissors. I just got a shipment in, so I'll be giving away 10 of these bad boys, courtesy of New York Coturnix. So make sure you get yourself involved in that contest. Leave a like for the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you take a crack at what you think that final hatch rate is. Again, those eggs are still hatching downstairs, and we should know what that is by tomorrow, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. The first 10 of you, again, that do guess that correctly will receive a pair of quail egg scissors. No shipping, no handling, no money involved. I'm just gonna send them over to you. All right. Not hard work, but I hope one day I can hire somebody to do that for me. Let's go ahead and get these packaged up. These eggs are about dry right now, and let's just make sure. Yes, they are. So we'll go ahead. Oh, we forgot. I'm gonna weigh these bad boys. All right, so the eggs are dry, the packages are set up, and we are going to get a weight on these eggs. This one is a 14-gram egg. Not gonna sit you here through this whole weighing process, but just know that this is a part of that process. I'm gonna grab eggs that look similar to that. This looks to be about 14 grams. It is an exact 14 grams. I'm gonna put that in the same package. And this one looks to be about 15 grams. Let's take a look. That one's 14 grams too. See you in a second. All right, and there's our final product, folks. We have our eggs chilling in the refrigerator right now. My customer requested these eggs to be refrigerated this time. Usually my customers will take these without being refrigerated. That's one of the reasons I went ahead and did the egg wash this time. So this is what he's gonna end up with. All right, thanks for coming to check us out once again here today at New York Coturnix. Don't forget to leave a like for the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Also, I urge you, definitely take part in the contest. We're giving away 10 free pairs of quail egg scissors. All you're gonna have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment below on what you think the final hatch rate is. The first 10 of you that guess this correctly will get a free pair of quail egg scissors courtesy of New York Coturnix. I look forward to it.